So many people are on television that don't know me, and they're like experts on me. You know, when Michael Jackson died, I knew him very well, and everybody was talking about Michael Jackson. They didn't know him. Perfect gentleman. We never had one problem. He's a friend of mine. I mean, he's a good guy. You know, he's a little different.
Feel badly for all this.
Well, he's gone through a lot.
I'm going to stick up for him because nobody else is, but I don't believe it.
Michael was a great friend of ours, actually. And he lived in Trump Tower for a long period of time.
He did,
And he was a sweet guy, special guy. He was with me many, many times, at Mar-a-Lago in particular, in Palm Beach. And so many unbelievable weekends took place with Michael, especially in Palm Beach.
The main ill that beset us, as Hamilton said in The Federalist, when he talked about a separate Senate, he said, yes, it seems inconvenient, but inasmuch as the main ill that besets us is an excess of legislation, it won't be so bad. This is 1787. He didn't know what an excess of legislation was. Unless Americans can appreciate that and learn to love the separation of powers, which means learning to love the gridlock, the real key to the distinctiveness of America is the structure of our government. There are very few countries in the world, for example, that have a bicameral legislature. Oh, England has a House of Lords for the time being, but the House of Lords has no substantial power. They can just make the Commons pass a bill a second time. France has a Senate, it's honorific. Italy has a Senate, it's honorific. Very few countries have two separate bodies in the legislature equally powerful.
Hey, Dennis. Let me know when Oakley's going to set a back screen on us.
He's got that screen right there, so you just want me to open it up and just hold him?
If you have to switch out, switch out.
I can stop Houston right there. The Oak's not turning around. I can stop him right there. I should catch up.
When the clock was running down, he set that screen and veered over the top. Switch in that situation.
Very few countries in the world have a separately elected chief executive. Sometimes I go to Europe to talk about separation of powers. And when I get there, I find that all I'm talking about is independence of the judiciary. Because the Europeans don't even try to divide the two political powers, the two political branches, the legislature and the chief executive. In all of the parliamentary countries, the chief executive is the creature of the legislature. There's never any disagreement between them and the prime minister, as there is sometimes between you and the president. When there's a disagreement, they just kick them out. They have a no confidence vote, a new election, and they get a prime minister who agrees with the legislature. And the Europeans look at the system and they say, whoa, it passes one house, it doesn't pass the other house. Sometimes the other house is in the control of a different party. It passes both, and then this president who has a veto power vetoes it, and they look at this and they say, it is gridlock. And I hear Americans saying this nowadays, and there's a lot of it going around. They talk about a dysfunctional government because there's disagreement, and the framers would have said, yes, that's exactly the way we set it up.